Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, well, welcome for the first time. Today we are talking about retro games. And recently I did a video about this guy here. This is the Atari Flashback 9. And it's got 110 Atari 2600 games in it. So, you know, if you want to reminisce from back in the 70s and 80s mostly, get yourself one of these and you can play 110 of the official Atari games. It's pretty cool. You can watch the video if you can. But it got me to, and after I got this, I did some research on Google. If you've ever noticed, if you buy something online or you research something, in this case, I researched this, and to figure out exactly what model I had and what it did, then you'll start getting ads for similar products or even the same product all the time on your Facebook or other social media. And that's what happened. After I did the video on this, I kept getting commercials and little videos and advertisements for other consoles that played the NES game, Super Nintendo, all the old consoles that we grew up with, and advertising like 60,000 games and like 40 different platforms on this one little box that you can plug in your HDMI thing on your TV. Other ones that are boxes. I think one was called Game Box. There was a bunch of them. I'm not going to buy them. And I started talking to a friend of mine about these old games too. And he's like, oh, I miss this. I miss that. I'm like, yeah, I do too. Wish we could play it now. Well, you can. And you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get one of these little game boxes. Because honestly, I think they're illegal. I really do. Unless it's an official one. Like this is actually Atari official. So this one is not illegal. But the ones you're getting from other countries and stuff like that on Temu and Amazon, they've got to be illegal. Because there is a law out there. If you're going to play a ROM file, you have to own the game. So let's say I wanted to use an emulator to play Mario 64. I'd have to own the cartridge Mario 64 to be legal in doing so. That's what they say. This, on the other hand, was released by the company itself, so it's all completely legal. But there's all those hack boxes out there you can get. Now, why am I talking about hack boxes? That's what I call them. I don't know what they're really called. Because I was thinking, I have an old laptop laying around, no use for it. I can't use it for anything modern. It's got Windows 7 on it. So I decided to Whatify it. What's Whatify? Whatify is when I say to myself, what if I put these emulators that I can find for free on the internet on this laptop and load up the ROMs that I legally own and play them on the laptop or the computer so I don't have to keep pulling out the old game consoles that I have. I got a dozen of them in my closet. And every once in a while I'll pull one out and play. Well, this way you don't have to. Even if you do have the cartridge, like case in point, Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's a Nintendo 64 game. The cartridge is worth a lot of money. I wouldn't want to take it out and just play it and destroy it whenever I could just play a ROM on the computer if I feel like playing the game. I think Xbox released that game too. Anyway, today I'm going to show you how to put any emulator in your computer and play the games that you already own. Here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to find an emulator, which is the program that's actually going to run your games. And this will work for any game system you're looking for. In this case, I want to put an N64 emulator in this machine. So I typed in the search thing up there, N64 emulator PC download. And if you don't want N64, let's say you want Super Nintendo, you type in Super Nintendo emulator PC download. If you're not using a PC, I mean, I think you can do this on Android, and I don't know about Mac. I'm not educated on Mac, so I can't talk about it. In this case, we're going to install Project 64. There's a number of different emulators you can use for the 64. Project 64, I already have it installed. But you just go to the website here. Now, there's other emulators that'll pop up. And you can look at the ratings. And your machine matters, too. If you have a slower machine, you're going to want to get an older version. Some of the names just for Nintendo 64 emulation is Project 64, which we're going to go to now. 1964. Going down the list of ones I know, because there's a listing for a new. NEMU 64. NEMU 64. Project 64, Ultra HLE, which has probably been around the longest. And hopefully I remember to spell it out down here while I'm editing. But that's just a few of the ones that I'm familiar with. But anyway, we're going to just show Project 64. Any other emulator you choose, whether it's Super Nintendo, Atari, Sega Genesis, GameCube, whatever. This is the same process. So we found a site we like here. It's Project 64, Nintendo 64 emulator. We're going to click on that and go there. It takes you to the website here. You can read about it. Download here. You click on download. It'll download the installer for you, and then you're going to run it. Now, I've already done that, so there's no point. I'm not going to show you that. But yeah, you download it and run it. It's a simple exe file. in any emulator try to make sure you're at their own page, just to avoid getting any viruses and stuff like that, because you never know. But this particular one is from pj64emu.com. So that's that. And then we installed it, which I'm not going to show you that. Let's go on to the next part here. Okay, so we've installed it. I did forget to mention, you got to have a controller. This is just an old Xbox controller. Works on PC. You can get a regular standard PC controller, whatever you want to use. This is just the one that I like. And plug that into your machine and let the drivers install before you start the program. Let's start the program now. I double-clicked on Project 64 after installed. This screen comes up. It's a list of all the ROMs. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not. You might or might not. I don't know. But it shows a list of all the ROMs here. We're going to start with Super Mario 64, which I do own. And, well, first, I skipped a step. First, on any of these emulators, you want to go to Options. And it gives you a few things. You can, your graphics settings, your audio settings. I'm not sure what RSP settings is. So let's not mess with it. But you want to go to Input Settings first. And I'll click on Input Settings. And it doesn't show you the window. Let's put that window up real quick. After you click on Input Settings, you'll get this screen. And these screens all basically are the same. And this is where you program your controller to match the one we're using today. And all you do is click on Setup, and it'll go through and it'll ask you, what do you want to use for each one of these buttons? Now, I've already done mine, so we're not going to do it again. Plus, I'm trying to save time because I want to cover some more in this video. After you do that, you click Apply, you're good to go. And then you go back to the main menu, where now you're ready to load a game. And we are going to load Super Mario 64, which I do own. This particular list tells you what's compatible. Now, I don't have all these ROMs installed. That's the next thing I'm going to show you how to do, is what to do with the ROMs. I do have Super Mario 64, so just quickly to give you an idea of what it looks like, we're going to start that. And there it goes. It's me, Mario. I don't know if you can hear that on that or not. Yeah, I should. I don't know if you can hear it or not. But it says press start. I, of course, have my start button ready here at the program. We're going to press start, and the game will start. And this one has a long intro, so we'll just go ahead and start it while I'm talking. But you can see the graphics. I mean, if you can see on the video, hopefully it's coming out in the video as well as it is on my screen here. It's a lot more crisper. And the sound sounds good. I don't know if the sound's going over onto the video or not. But the sound does sound pretty good. I have it turned down so I don't get a distortion or copyright violations. But we're just talking about this, so... But yeah, I mean, look how crisp and everything the lines are. The movement's very nice and smooth. As soon as he gets through this, we'll just run him around just for a second, just to show you the movement and everything like that with, you know, my joystick sitting here. Look at the crystal clear water. And all these games are like this. They come up much clearer on your computer. You can reset the resolution. This particular one is in a window. I don't have it full screen. Full screen looks even better, but I can't do full screen to a video at the same time. So we just wanted to show you. And there's Mr. Mario there, and get through that. I'm sure if you have Nintendo 64, this came with it. But you can see he's running around. Let's just run right into the castle. Well, you got to see the little flying guy. But that's about it I'm going to show you on this. I mean, there's no sense sitting here playing the game. I don't know. I don't see what people get out of watching other people just play games on the internet, but they do. Skip this real quick and just go in the castle, and then we'll be done. I must have played this a million times. It's a good game. It is a good game. But you see, I mean, look, graphics are good. Movement's good. A little jumpy jump there. You get used to it's a different controller than what you normally used on a Nintendo, but you get used to it. I was never very good at this game, I might add. But, yeah, so that's that. But let's go on to how to get your ROMs and where to put them. Because you got to have ROMs to play. Where do you get them? Let's find out. And once again, we're going to go back to Google. We're going to type in N64 ROMs. N64 ROMs. You can put download. Very easy. And just search the internet here. Look, first one come up. Emulator Games is a good site to get your ROMs. So let's click on N64 ROMs there. Boom. Shows you all these ROMs you can just simply download. So download whatever you want, as long as you own the game, of course. Got to stay legal. And that's pretty much it for that part of it. Just download a ROM and go to your folder where the ROM goes. And I'll show you what to do now. Okay, for some reason I couldn't get my desktop to come up on the video, so I opened a folder. This is my desktop, though. All the icons on my desktop here, and we're going to go to the shortcut of Project 64, which is, where did I put it? Or where is it? It should be here. We're going to right click on it, and we're going to choose Open File Location. That'll take you to where it's installed. See this folder here called ROMs? Let's click on it. I've got a lot of things in there. Take from your download folder, cut it, paste it into this folder named ROMs in Project 64. In other emulators cases, all these emulators still have a folder in there called ROMs. And that's where you put that. Put the corresponding game in with the corresponding emulator. Otherwise, it won't work. And then you're ready to go. In this case, the one I just downloaded was Donkey Kong 64, which I'm not going to bother booting it up. But yeah, that's that. Now, real quick before I end this video, I want to show you one more emulator that is one of my favorites. And it's called MAME. M-A-M-E. Now, this emulator plays all the arcade hits that we had when we were growing up back in the 80s. As you can see it up there, MAME 0.270. That's the version. This is probably the best emulator I've found yet. And it works great on this machine. It works good on slower machines, too. As you can see, just for this video, I only have two games up there. I have Donkey Kong and I have Pac-Man. So let's take a look at Pac-Man because it's quicker. Double-click on it. And there's Pac-Man. Like I said, all these emulators download and install the same. And you have to find a ROM for it. And in this case, we found Pac-Man. We're going to play it here real quick while we're talking. This works a little differently. Everyone has different inputs, so you have to go into the settings and program your controller or whatever you're going to use. Not each time you use it, just the first time you use each one. Let's put a dime in there or a quarter in there. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but here's Pac-Man the way we used to play it. Action's good, graphics are great, sound is great. I don't know how the video's coming up, but used to play this for hours and hours and hours, spend quarter after quarter after quarter playing this. They're coming to get me. But there you go. I mean, just a quick demonstration. Like I said, you can get any arcade game you can get if you can find the ROMs for it. That's my life story right there. Well, that's all I really have for you today. I just wanted to show you the very simple way to install emulators and play games on your computer. I mean, if you own the game, you can download the ROM and put it all in one place and play them on your computer instead of having to dust off the old system if you don't feel like doing that. Or maybe your system's broken. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, share it. You know what? I want to know what your favorite game of all time was. Put it in the comments. Maybe I'll play it and see if it can beat my... I'm not very good at video games. I just do it for the fun of it. But yeah, put down in the comments what your favorite video game of all time was. Mine would be Donkey Kong. Yep, I still play the heck out of Donkey Kong. So that's mine. What's yours? I'll see you next time. I got a review coming up of another Temu product. I ordered something. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. I got a thing on my mustache, I see. I got a thing coming from Temu, and I'm going to review it like I did the tiny table saw and the little fire pit. I got another little toy coming, and I'm looking forward to using it because I think I actually have a use for this one. So that's probably what my next video is going to be. I haven't been around much because I'm working all the time now. I took over a kitchen, a private club here locally. And yeah, I'm back being a chef again. And probably in a week or so, I'll be completely full-time. But I'll still try to make videos when I can because, you know, I really like doing these videos. Like and share. Catch you next time. Bye.
It's just Bruce. He don't bite. Hello.